Jesus is saying, you know how Herod, who's just a dude, moved that? You can do bigger things than that. The impact you can have is different than what Herod did with all of his slaves and all of his ungodliness. You can make a difference in a way that he never will. That's the object lesson. So he's just on a roll with like undoing all the things that are happening at the time. So he says that fortress is a giant structure to idolatry. You can make even larger structures because, and he doesn't say this, but you have to understand the implication. You're building his kingdom, which is built on people. Like you're a brick. You are a brick in the walls of God's kingdom. He's the chief cornerstone, is how Jesus is described. And then we're all little pieces of his kingdom. We're another brick in the wall. He says, but you must really believe it will happen and have no doubt in your heart. Why? Well, here's why. Because our words, our tongue in particular, is just a dumpster fire of things. It just says all kinds of stuff. Actually, if you get to James gives you, the book of James later in the Bible, he gives you almost an entire chapter on how just dumb and god-awful your tongue is. Like the tongue is a flame of fire. It burns down things. It burns forests to the ground. It speaks blessings and it speaks cursings. You can't control the tongue any more than you can control a wild, like he's just all over the place about the awfulness of what you're capable of saying. And I get that that's James, who's Jesus' brother, for the record. And so Jesus is saying, you can't just say something because you guys are great at saying stuff. It has to come from in here. You have to believe what you are saying, which is not a new concept. It's an outworking of the thing he's already said, which is have faith in God.